Relationships are, without a doubt, one of the most beautiful unions two loving people can experience. They are a source of comfort, joy, and growth. However, let us be honest with ourselves. They are not easy. They require work. It takes conscious, consistent effort to create a bond with another human being that is strong enough to weather the storms and obstacles that life inevitably places in our path. Being aware of your own behavior is the very first step toward keeping your mind healthy and your relationship thriving. Often, we act out of old patterns or unhealed wounds without even realizing the damage we are causing until it is too late. Today, I want to gently guide you through 5 common behaviors that can quietly suffocate a relationship and explore how we can transform them into opportunities for connection. The first behavior we need to examine is angrily reacting to criticism. This is a tough one for almost everyone because it touches on our ego and our desire to be seen as perfect. Sometimes, we feel the need to criticize the people we spend the most time with. That critique does not necessarily come from a place of malice. It often comes from a difference in perspective or preference. The fact is, we do not like everything about people 100% of the time. We are all unique individuals with different quirks and habits. So, chances are, your partner will sometimes have a critique for you too. The way you handle that criticism is a master key to a healthy relationship. Ask yourself honestly, when your partner points out something you did that bothered them, what is your immediate reaction? Do you get offended and retreat into a shell, giving them the cold shoulder? Do you immediately turn it around against them, listing all the things they do wrong to deflect the attention from yourself? Or do you get angry, raise your voice, and yell at them? All of these behaviors are defensive mechanisms designed to protect your ego, but they damage your relationship in the long run. When you react with anger or deflection, you are sending a clear message to your partner that you are not open to communication. You are telling them that your need to be right is more important than their feelings or the health of the relationship. It signals that you are not willing to accept your own mistakes or grow. Instead of letting that initial spark of defensiveness turn into a fire of anger, try to pause. Take a breath. Try to think about what your partner actually said and why they said it. Try to view their feedback not as an attack on your character, but as a piece of information about how they experience the world and you. Take it as something that your partner finds important enough to mention, and try to find a solution together. When you approach criticism with curiosity rather than fury, you build a bridge instead of a wall. The second behavior that can erode the foundation of love is disrespecting your partner's privacy. This is a boundary that often gets blurred in the intensity of romantic love, but it is vital to maintain. Even if you are a couple, and even if you view yourselves as a team, you are still an individual. You are a complete person on your own, and so is your partner. As an individual, you want to have your own private space for things you enjoy, thoughts you are processing, and conversations that are personal to you. Your partner deserves that same sacred space. Deep problems can arise if you consistently overstep their boundaries. This violation can take many forms. It could mean going through their phone when they are in the shower, demanding to read their text messages or see their call logs because you feel anxious. It could mean not allowing them to see their friends or family without you being present, or demanding that you accompany them every single time they leave the house. While this might feel like you just want to be close to them, to your partner, this can feel incredibly suffocating. It can make them feel as though they are losing their sense of individuality. When you control their movements or their privacy, it feels like you are trying to possess them rather than love them. They may become unhappy in the relationship because they feel trapped. If you feel that this controlling behavior is common for you, I want to offer you some compassion, because it is likely that there are some complex emotions underneath those actions. Usually, This need for control stems from deep-seated feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, or unresolved attachment issues from your past. You might fear that if you do not watch them closely, they will leave. But the paradox is, the tighter you squeeze, the more likely they are to slip away. Working out these problems, perhaps in therapy or through deep introspection, could help you and save your relationship. The third behavior is one that breaks my heart because it hurts both you and the one you love. And that is bringing yourself down. Even if you have the most loving, supportive partner by your side, sometimes you may get overwhelmed with feelings of insecurity. It happens to so many of us. We look in the mirror and do not like what we see, or we fail at a task and feel unworthy. It is totally okay to have those days every once in a while. We are only human, and we are not expected to be confident 100% of the time. However, if you are constantly feeling insecure and verbally bringing yourself down in front of your partner, you could unintentionally push them away. Imagine your partner loves you deeply. They see your beauty, your kindness, and your value. When you constantly say, "I am so ugly," or "I am such a failure," or "you could do better than me," you are essentially telling them that their judgment is wrong. Over time, they might become annoyed or frustrated that they cannot help you with your self-image, no matter how many compliments they give you. This constant insecurity creates an emotional drain on the relationship. It can lead to other toxic behaviors, like irrational jealousy, overanalyzing every single word your partner says to find proof that they do not love you, and needing constant, exhausting reassurance. This dynamic shifts the partnership from two equals supporting each other to one person, constantly trying to prop the other up. It drains the energy from both of you and damages the joy of the relationship. Learning to love yourself is the greatest gift you can give to your partner. The fourth behavior is one that often appears in times of conflict, and that is giving ultimatums. An ultimatum is a demand backed by a threat. It is the do this or else mentality. Now I want to be clear. Sometimes, setting a firm boundary or giving an ultimatum is the only option you are left with to protect yourself. Particularly if you are trying to change someone's bad behavior that is putting you in a dangerous situation, like addiction or abuse. In those cases, safety comes first. But for non-harmful, mundane situations, opting for an ultimatum is a destructive choice. You should always opt for a conversation rather than a threat. When you give an ultimatum in a regular argument, you are trying to manipulate a person into doing what you want through fear. You might say something like, "If you go out with that friend I do not like, I will break up with you," or "If you do not change your style, I am leaving." With this approach, you are putting them in a terrible position where they are forced into a corner. They have to choose between two people they love or two things they value. Since they are pressured into doing something they do not want to do, your partner could start feeling deep resentment towards you. They might stay, but they will stay with anger in their heart. It acts as a poison. It could affect their self-esteem and destroy the trust you have built over time. They will no longer see you as their safe harbor, but as the person holding a weapon over the relationship. Consequently, this will hurt your connection deeply. Love should be a choice made freely every day, not a hostage situation. Finally, the fifth behavior is giving the silent treatment. Have you ever had an argument with your partner where you felt so overwhelmed that you needed space afterwards? That is completely normal and healthy. It is okay to say, "I am feeling flooded right now, and I need an hour alone to clear my head so we can talk respectfully." That is taking space. The silent treatment is completely different from this. While giving the silent treatment, you are refusing to talk about a problem with the intention of punishing the other person. You are ignoring your partner, looking through them as if they do not exist, and avoiding open communication. You are building a wall. Giving them the silent treatment instead of expressing your worries may act as a way for you to avoid taking responsibility. If you know you are in the wrong, silence can be a shield. It could also help you escape acknowledging or changing your own behavior because you are simply shutting down the mechanism of feedback. A partner who is on the receiving end of the silent treatment often feels confused, ignored, hurt, angry, unloved, and unimportant. It triggers a primal panic in the brain that says, "I have been abandoned." They are left with no way to explain themselves, no way to offer an apology, and no way to find a compromise. They are helpless. In the long run, this cruelty could make their feelings for you disappear. It erodes emotional safety. If they cannot reach you, eventually, they will stop trying, and this will bring your relationship to the end. Now, I want you to take a moment and breathe again. Did you recognize some of these behaviors in yourself? Did a specific point sting a little bit? If so, I want you to know that it is okay. Shame is not helpful here. Awareness is. It is okay as long as you are open to hearing it, acknowledging it, and committing to changing it. Nobody is perfect. We all carry baggage, fears, and defensive patterns from our past. Nobody can expect you to be perfect. The true beauty of being in a relationship, after all, is to be able to grow and change for the better, one next to another. It is a crucible for transformation. Your partner is a mirror, reflecting back not just your light, but your shadows too. And while you both work on yourselves, gently and with compassion, your bond will grow stronger than ever. You will move from a place of fear and control to a place of trust and freedom. I hope this discussion provided some insight into your own heart and your relationships. Please let us know in the comments below if any of this resonated with you. How do you handle conflict? What are your struggles? We are a community here, and we support each other. Don't forget to leave a like as well, as it helps our positive message reach more people. And share it with a friend who you think may benefit from this video. Maybe it can start a healing conversation for them, too. All references used for our content are in the description. Until next time, keep glowing, keep growing, and remember to treat yourself and your loved ones with kindness.